Hello, we are Group 8 and today our topic is deep partial thickness and I'm Man Yi.
I'm Mocha K.
I'm Zhang Yuliang Eunice.
I'm Jeremy Lee.
I'm Chen Galo.
And this is our content page. We'll talk about the first 5 parts of our PowerPoint and the last one is our references. And first I'll talk about briefly introduce what is second degree burn. It is also called the deep partial thickness burn. It injures the epidermis and reticular region of dermis, and it will cause pain, redness, swelling, and blistering in the process, and it may lead to significant scarring at last. And first, I'll talk about the etiology of second degree burn. It is caused by a variety of external factors. And the first factor is thermal burns. Thermal burns are caused by fire, steam, hot objects, or hot liquids. Scar burns from hot liquids are the most common to children and the elderly. The second one is electrical burns. Electrical burns are caused by contact with electrical sources or by lightning. And the third cause is radiation burn. It is caused by the prolonged exposure to sources of UV radiation, tanning, both sun lamps, X-rays, or radiation therapy for cancer treatment. And the fourth factor is chemical burns. It is caused by the contact with highly acidic or basic substances, as well as household or industrial chemicals in a liquid, solid, or gas form. Some acidic chemicals can cause chemical burns to skin as well. And the fifth factor is friction burns. It is caused by contact with any hard surfaces, such as roads and carpets. And an example of athletes who fall on courts or tracks may get friction burns to the skin. And motorcycle and bicycle riders who have road accidents while not wearing protective clothing may also get friction burns. And the last factor is respiratory factor. It is caused by the damage to the airways caused by inhaling smoke, steam, extremely hot air, or toxic fumes. Breathing in hot air or gases can cause inhalation injuries. Breathing in toxic gases such as carbon monoxide can cause poisoning. Burns injure the skin layers and can also injure the other parts of body such as muscle, nerves, and so on. And now I'll pass on to the pathophysiologic mechanism.
And here is the table to show the different degree burns. At the first degree burns, it is superficial and cause the local inflammation of the skin. Some burns are often categorized as the first degree burns. The skin will feel pain, redness, and mild amount of swelling. In the second degree burns is deeper and is addition to the pain, redness, and inflammation, and also is bilateral to the skin. At the third degree burns is deeper and infiltrating all layers of the skin, which is affecting all areas of the skin because the nerve and the blood vessel are damaged. The first degree burns appears white and laterally and tend to be relatively painless. Here is the local response by our body. Here is the classified into 3 zones. First is the zone of coagulation. This occurs at the point of maximum damage. In this zone, here is the irreversible tissue lost due to the coagulations of constituent proteins. Second is the zone of stasis. In this zone, surrounding is categorized by decreased tissue perfusion. And the third is hypothermia. In this outermost zone, the perfusion is increased and the tissue will be unilaterally recover unless it will continue the hypofusion. And here is the systematic response. And It classified into four changes. First is cardiovascular change. The capillary permeability is increased, leading to the loss of intravascular protein and fluid into interstitial compartment. And the peripheral and splenic vascular contractions occurs. In respiratory change, the inflammatory matter cause the bronchial contractions and severe burns. Adult respiratory distress syndromes can occur. In metabolic change, the basal metabolic rate increase up to 3 times its original rate. And immunological change, the non-specific downregulation of immune response occurs, affecting both cell-mediated and hormonal pathway.
This type of burn affects both the epidermis and the second layer of skin, which is the dermis. With deep partial thickness burns, the skin will typically be splotchy red or waxen and white. The wound will be wet and shiny due to the loss of fluid. Blanching may occur depends on the severeness of the wound. Deep partial thickness burns form blisters, which is the red bubble shown in the pictures. Scar may present for a second-degree burn. And what is blanching? And it is occur due to temporary or permanent obstruction of blood flow. Skin will become white or pale in appearance, but color will return slowly or not at all, depending on how much nerve damage has taken place. Here are examples of a deep second-degree burn. The patient is burned by the oven when it flies back, and we can see swelling, blister formed, and serious redness. For the right-hand side, we can see the wet and moist of the wounds and affecting the first and second layer of skin, which is epidermis and dermis. For the symptoms, patients feel very painful and sensitive. For infected area cover more than 10% of the skin, patient may even suffer from shock.
The development or progress of the deep partial thickness burn would take up around 3 weeks to heal. The serious second-degree burns can extend to the deeper layer of the dermis and take more than months to heal. The healing stage of the second-degree burns are the wound is opened and ready to grow new skin, and it will have a pink color skin cover it, and the body will work up to make scar tissues, and lastly the tissue will become soft and pliable. The second-degree burns would disrupt the function of the skin, such as the skin's sensation and also the ability to prevent water loss. That the patient may feel thirsty and they may have dry skin and the urinating may be less than usual. And the ability of to control the body temperature will also be disrupted. There are some factors that affect the wound healing. The first one is aging. That younger patients would heal faster than the elderly. And the second one is infection. Bacterial infection contributes to the progress, and it can decrease by topical antimicrobial agents, and also edema, dissection, and circumferential scar are local factors that increase rate of burns wound progress by decreased tissue perfusion.
Let's move on to therapeutic measures. First is the debridement, which is to clean and remove the dirt, dead tissue, and materials from the wounds of the burning area. Next is the skin grafting, and which is transfer healthy skin from one part of the body to the burn wounds is to facilitate healing. And last is the escosumy, which is dead tissue is to cut in order to decrease the swelling. And for the current preventions, let's talk about first is to ensure no any contact with the burning materials and not to remove the coating with which may stick to the burning area, and not to open any vesta and in the burning area which will infect another area. And next is to cover the burning area with the cleaning clothes to relieve the pain, and not to coat the affecting area with the ice because it will further damage the wounds and increase the risk of the hypothermia. And for the future prevention, to ensure the open flame and chemicals in control. And next is to treat the burning at once so as to avoid the worst thing. And also not to let the children be in touch with the fires and chemical because the children may not know the dangers of the fire. And last is not to use the fire and chemical under the influence of alcohol.
So here is our reference. And this is the end of our presentation.